A couple weeks ago, the politician, business, entrepreneur, ex-presidential candidate Vivek Ramaswamy came to my college, Ohio State, on his You're Being Brainwashed tour, I think it's called, where he went to answer questions that, students had and spoke on his values of conservatism. And I had the privilege to actually have my question answered. And my question was, and you can look it at my Instagram or on his YouTube channel, but it was along the lines of, you have been openly criticized, Vivek, for being a practicing Hindu within your own party. And, so what specifically about Hinduism led you to the conservative movement? And, to his credit, he answered it pretty carefully. He's like, a lot of people told me to change my name to like Vic Ramsey or something easy to pronounce in the Western world. They told me to, convert to Christianity or at least appear like I'm Christian, to appeal to voters. But he didn't do it. He was very adamant about it. He's still open about it. And he's proud that, he's Hindu. And I can give him a lot of credit for that because as a Hindu myself, a proud one at that, I think it's important for, me not to conform to the status quo to appear more likable and more favorable. But, a couple questions after me, there was a gentleman who, was repulsive. He hated the idea that, Vivek Ramaswamy, he said that, if it weren't for my question, that he wouldn't utter the fact that he was a practicing Hindu and he was, tricking everyone that he was talking about the one and only true God, Jesus Christ. And, he says, in the teachings of Christianity, those who are not Christian are pagans, Gentiles, and, essentially demon worshippers. So that kind of struck a nerve with me because, and why would I be a part of a party, especially Vivek? How could you be a part of a party where, there are people who openly criticize you just because of the religion you practice? I find it so hypocritical and just frustrating that a lot of these conservatives will go out and say, we love the Constitution. The Democrats want to spit all over the Constitution. We just love the Constitution. I have a Constitution. First Amendment, the Free Exercise Clause. Congress shall not prohibit me from exercising my religious values as long as it's not disturbing the general welfare. And, Hinduism is a bona fide practice religion that, speaks of nonviolence just like any other Abrahamic religion people practice. And, that's kind of my whole debacle that I want to cover in this video. It's like, why do I have to be Christian in order to be a part of the Republican Party? It's not really a good campaign technique, is it necessarily? You have Louisiana, the public school system of Louisiana, passing a bill where it requires that the Ten Commandments be displayed in every public classroom. It's clearly breaking the Establishment Clause. It's right then and there. There's no arguing about it. But just what frustrates me most is the idea that this country was founded on quote unquote Judeo-Christian values, whatever the hell that means. I just find it funny how, our founding fathers who were so proud, that we, a lot of them escaped because they didn't want, a lot of them came to this country because they didn't want to subscribe to the Church of England. So how are you going to sit here and tell me that I can't practice my religion? And I understand wholeheartedly that in the Bible, it says that, you have to spread the gospel. And I respect that. Spread it all you want. But to say that, you can't ascribe to a political party, I just think it's backward. It's just too backward for my liking. And, this kind of broadens up the scope. Obviously, I would like to make it very clear that most Republicans are not that way. I'm speaking on a very select few people within the party. But, you can't, it's just the hypocrisy that quite frankly upsets me, because now Vivek Ramaswamy has to go on all these parables about, there's a lot of things that are similar about Christianity and Judeo-Christian values, and John Adams and Thomas Jefferson wrote letters to each other about Hinduism. You shouldn't have to justify your religion because it's similar to Christianity. you don't need to justify your religion to anyone, especially a non-violent religion. That's just what upsets me most. And, I think Vivek, honestly, instead of saying, you know what, trying to prove himself to the white man that, my religion is not yours, but, I fit into the club. Like, it just feels like another example of tokenism almost. Just this idea of just like, I'm worth it enough. No, you are worth it. Your religion is valid. And I do appreciate, let me say again, that I do appreciate Vivek is very unapologetic about his religious beliefs, but there are certain people within his own party that, don't want to accept it. And for me, I wouldn't register as a Republican just for that. Forget all the policies. We can look at Republican policies a little, later. But just for the fact that, there's people in this party that don't want me simply because I practice a different faith than them. I just think it's absurd. I think it's ridiculous. But on that topic, do I think the Democratic Party does a better job? Hell, no. I think they just kind of use tokenism and, look at me. I practice your religion. I look like you. Vote for me. I care about you because I look like you. It's just this. It's just using. I just feel the Democratic Party. Obviously, I'm speaking in terms of some people in the Democratic Party and some people in the Republican Party. Most people in between these both parties are normal, fine, like they're not hateful people. But I just find it ridiculous that there are still some people out there who are very, you know, outspoken about their beliefs. Fine. You know what? Say that I worship devils, but don't come here and tell me you're pro-Constitution is also. You can't be pro-Constitution if you think, this country would be better off if we all practice the same religion. You just can't be, both of those things can't be true at the same time. So pick what you want. Are you pro-Constitution or are you pro, unitary faith? That's up to you to decide. With that being said, let me make myself very clear one more time. This is a very small sect of people. Most people within the Republican Party and Democratic Party are normal, nice people who just want to see their country succeed. That being said, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy your day, and I'll see you tomorrow.